let's get this review started. Everybody know how this thing goes. They give their thoughts, they give their opinions, and then I give mine. Let's get this thing going one way or another and see who's in the catbird seat, right? Baby can take off. So that was the end of that topic there. Let me know how you guys feel of everything. And I know that Team Tank people are going to be like, hey, let's just lose out so we can get the better prospects for the 2021 season. Well, let me pull up some old stuff from 2020 season, the prospect of 2020 season opposed to the 21. So let's see what we have here. All right, so here were the prospects of the 2020 season. So Chase Young, of course, this is no particular order upon which they was drafted because, team needs different situations. So when I look at this list, just at a glance, Jeff Okudah was on there. That's one of the dogs that's out there that everybody will say, yeah, man, we would love to have him. Well, he's not making that much of a splash over there in Denver land, right? But I'm quite sure that if we so happen to pick up Jeff Okudah, you know what I'm saying, it would have been like all pumped up and cheerleading about him, right? And if you look at Isaiah Simmons, he was on top of everybody's list. I can think that right now that the team that picked up him was looking at it like, yes, we got Isaiah Simmons. And, of course, you can never grade the draft year one. Normally it takes 3 to maybe 4 years before you see the returns on your investment. But what I'm saying is that let's not lose sight at the teams that probably tanked to get these guys, right? I'm not saying that they did, but the draft is all about picking the player at the right moment and at the right time. Look, not even far down on this list, you see the guy that we picked, and who did we pick him up as? Then we had the 17th or the 19th pick. Help me out. But we still was able to get C.D. Lamb, right? And then we was able to get Diggs, who probably is on this top 50s list. So I'm not saying that you tank and get one of these top 5 guys, because even if you so happen to get the top 5 guys, I would still prefer C.D. Lamb over Jerry Jeudy. I would prefer C.D. Lamb over Isaiah Simmons, Okudah, I would prefer C.D. Lamb. Well, not probably over Chase Young, I guess, but it's just depending on team needs or what have you. And I think that if with this situation, if we were to have Dak Prescott for the remainder of this year, you would literally say, man, I'd love to have C.D. Lamb opposed to a Chase Young. But I know it can go back and forth because we can only look at this year in the prospect of looking to the future, right? But what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, you will still have your top pick out of this particular draft. And this was 2020 prospect. So when we look at everything and we look at all the way down here, of course, the talent level drop. But it depends on which team said player goes to, right? That the talent level could still remain the same. J.K. Dobbins, I see him, he's doing things out there. Javon Kinlaw, he was drafted in the top 10 or top 11 or something like that, top 20, I know for sure. So this just goes to show you that, yes, you will have more darts to throw at these particular guys, but also it depends on the culture that you bring in. It's so many variables, right? There's so many crazy things that can happen in this draft. We can be the team that fool around and say, okay, yeah, we drafted in the top 5 or what have you, the top 10 or what have you, and it ended up being a guy that don't pan out. Remember, that happened to us before. Nevertheless, let's look at this 2021. Here's the 2021 prospects. Yes, Trevor Lawrence looked good and all. Penei Sewell, I think Sewell, Sewell. I like that name. Micah Parsons. All of these guys can be a good fit. Justin Fields, if you want to go the quarterback route, yes. But I believe that regardless of the situation, if we so happen to win only 4 games, if we so happen to win only 5 games or what have you, you will still have a chance at any of these guys. And trust me, there will be still people liking the aspect of bringing in a Caleb Farley, who's one of my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Surtain, not saying that he's going to drop, but you never know. A Sean Wade, E.T. So you got so many people that you can still pick from. And, of course, It depends on which team said player goes to, whether or not they're going to perform at the level that you're thinking. But I don't want us to be looking at it like, yeah, we won out, and we don't have the prospects that we want to have right now because of the fact that this and that. I don't want you guys to have that mindset. I just want us to have the mindset of winning. Now, I can't change your mind. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. But I will say this, Cowboy Nation. My thing is, try to develop somebody. Try to build from something. Try to understand something. And I know the draft picks are always going to be sexy because it's the area of the unknown. It's the area of, hey, maybe I can get this or maybe I can get that out of a guy. I just seen Darian Baker, DeAndre Baker. I said Darian. I'm keep thinking about Darian Thompson, but DeAndre Baker, right? Being free of all of his charges. He's on the market, and guess what round he was drafted in? Oh, he was drafted in the first. But guess what? What a difference of year make. He played through the entire year. Everybody was sitting there saying, man, he ain't really hot like he's supposed to be. Because of the fact that, he played in this particular system and he played in that particular system. He got burnt up like toast. He's garbage, Law. He's horrible, Law. He was drafted in the first round. That's all I'm saying. Now, of course, that situation with his lawyer and the way they tried to extort him was crazy. And saying that the craziest thing of it all, saying, hey, we're going to try to go get the money, but we was going to try to see whether or not they were going to take the money. It's kind of like having a prostitute saying, hey, I wasn't going to really do the full action. I just went and got the money, and I was just going to pull up to see whether or not she was going to take the money. But, officer, I didn't do anything. Let me know will there still be charges, right? You can't do that. You got to, and I'm speaking from the aspect of what the lawyers were trying to do. I mean, you're supposed to get the FBI involved and all those things, but that's a story of a different day. You're supposed to, somebody trying to extort you, you're supposed to get the police involved and get everybody that's involved early. Don't do it and try to put the toothpaste back in the tube when you get caught. Like walking up to the lady and said, hey, and then when they kick down the door, you be saying, I wasn't going to really do anything. I just had to go get the money. And she offered the, but I was just trying to circumvent it. You just don't do it that way. Let me know if I'm wrong. That's just my crazy analogy. If you guys can do it that way and tell the officer I wasn't going to do it. You know what I mean? So let me know of your thoughts. Let me know of your concerns of this particular division. Is it still at reach, arm distance reach, or is it far, far away, like from the moon to the planet, right? It's just too far away. We can't grab it. We can't hold on to it. Or can we hold on to it? Can we shake it and see what fall out of the tree? I just like to play through the echoes of the whistle. That's just been my mentality. Now, I'm not right or I'm not wrong. It's just an opinion. But let me know of yours. Post it down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. I'm out. Peace. Let's go.